Gopijan Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijan Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kotrimanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraya Nasta Praeshu Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki. So Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So today being the auspicious Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama. So today being the auspicious appearance day of Lord Vamana Dev, we're picked a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam describing the Lord's incarnation. There's one in the first canto, chapter 3, text 19, on the board here. Panchadasam Vamanakam Kripagad Advarambale Padatrayam Yatamana Pradyaditsu Stripishtapam Panchadasham Vamanakam Ritvagad Advarambale Padatrayam Yatamana Pradyaditsu Stripishtapam Panchadasham Vamanakam Kritvagad Advarambale Padatrayam Yachamana Pratyaditsu Stripishtapam. Panchadasham, the 15th in the line. Vamanakam, the dwarf Brahmana. Kritva, by assumption of. Agat, went. Advaram, arena of sacrifice. Bale, of King Bali. Padatrayam, 3 steps only. Yachamana, begging. Pratyaditsu, willing at heart to return. Shri Pishtapam, the kingdom of the three planetary systems. Translation. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, Vamana, and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the three planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 stats of land. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Almighty God can bestow upon anyone the kingdom of the universe from a very small beginning, and similarly, He can take away the kingdom of the universe on the plea of begging a small piece of land. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajevam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanikamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatyate Sadhani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Translation again. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, Vamana, and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the three planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. So, Lord Vamana Dev is described in several places in Srimad Bhagavatam, particularly in the 8th canto. It's described in great detail. how Maharaj Bali had conquered the heavenly planets. Actually, even before the appearance of Lord Vamana, we are told about how Maharaj Bali, as the leader of the army of the demons, fought against the demigods. But initially, the power of the demigods was overwhelming, and many demons were killed. And Bali himself was killed at one point. He had been killed by Indra. But Shukra Acharya had mystic power, and just by the touch of his hand, he was able to bring back many of the demons. So long as their bodies had not been cut into pieces, he was able to bring them back to life. So this happened to Maharaj Bali also. He had been killed, but Sukracharya brought him back to life. And so Bali Maharaj accepted Sukracharya as his guru. Certainly, somebody can do something like that. You have a lot of faith in them, that they must be very powerful. So Maharaj Bali surrendered himself to Shukracharya, and he took instructions from Shukracharya. You should understand Shukracharya was not really a spiritual teacher. He was a materialistic guru, and he was giving advice to the demons and how they could expand their power and how they could even conquer over the demigods and take control of the heavenly planets. So Shukra Acharya gave direction to Bali Maharaj to perform a great yajna known as Vishwachit Yajna, and by performing the sacrifice, the demons became very powerful. So much powerful that when they came to fight the demigods were bewildered. They understood that the demons have become very powerful. So the demigods went to their guru. Just as the demons have their guru, the demigods also have their guru. The guru of the demigods was Brihaspati. And Brihaspati told the demigods that time was not in their favor. And the demons had become powerful because of executing the instructions of Shukra Acharya. And he advised the demigods that the best thing they could do would be to leave, to just disappear. So demigods have these kind of powers. They can transform themselves. They can assume different forms of life. They can appear in the form of birds or animals, or even as a tree, or as a human, or they can even become invisible. So Brihaspati told the demigods, it would be better for you just to get out of here, because the demons are coming and they want to conquer the heavenly planets. They want to take control of Indrapuri, where the demigods headed by Indra were residing. So Bali Maharaj came there with his army, and the demigods all disappeared. So the demons took over the heavenly planets, and Bali Maharaj was residing there. And Bali Maharaj was told by Shukracharya if you're going to remain here, you have to perform sacrifice because it was the heavenly planets. And to reside here, you have to do yajna, you have to perform sacrifice. And then by piety, by the pious acts which you will get from the sacrifice, you can stay here in the heavenly planets. So hearing this instruction from Sukracharya, Bali Maharaj performed many Ashwamedha yajnas. And he was residing there in the heavenly planets. However, the mother of the demigods is known as Aditi, and she is one of the wives of Kashyapa. Kashyapa had several wives, so Aditi was one of his principal wives, and she was the mother of the demigods. So when the demigods all left, when they all disappeared from the heavenly planets, then Mother Aditi felt very morose. And it happened that Kashyapa, the husband, he'd gone off to do some meditation. Remember, this happened in the Satya Yuga. People lived a long time. So the process in the Satya Yuga was meditation. And Kashyapa would go off and do meditation and come back after a long time. So when he came back, he was surprised to see the condition of his ashram. He saw it looked very neglected. And when he saw his wife, Aditi, he saw her looking very morose. In other words, she was very miserable, very downcast. So Kashyapa was concerned, what is wrong? And his wife then explained that because my sons are not here anymore, I'm missing my sons. So Kashyapa thought he could enlighten his wife, and he began to preach to her about the nature of the material world, how everything is temporary, and we come together, we don't stay together forever. Relationships in the material world are all like that. They're very temporary, flickering. You know, you may have a husband, but how long he can stay with you? And you have children, how long will the children be with you? They will also grow up and go away. So Kashyapa was trying to enlighten his wife with spiritual knowledge. However, it didn't make an impression on her. She was not so much convinced about this. So Kashyapa then tried another approach. He told his wife, he said, there is one sacrifice you can do. There's a yajna which you perform. It's called Tapo Vrat. That you perform this vow, and then you do it for 8 days. And if you do it properly, you can please Lord Vishnu. So Kashyapa was telling his wife that you want to satisfy your desire, you have to please Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the supreme controller, and he can fulfill any of your desires. So he instructed his wife in performing this vow, Tapo Vrat. And for 8 days, Aditi very strictly followed all the principles. And at the end of the 8 days, Lord Vishnu appeared. And Lord Vishnu appeared in his form, 4-armed form, holding the conch and the club and the disc and the lotus flower, dressed in yellow garments. Lord Vishnu appeared to Aditi and Kashyapa, and then they requested the Lord. They explained to the Lord the situation, that our sons, the demigods, have gone away because the demons headed by Bali, they have taken over the heavenly planets. By their spirit, by their powers, by the blessings of their Guru Sukracharya, they have conquered the demigods and taken over heaven. So then, understanding the thinking of Aditi, Lord then took the form of a dwarf Brahmana. He took the form of a small Brahmana boy, dressed in a deer skin and with yellow cloth and holding different symbols in his hands. He appeared. He had instruments like a danda because he's a brahmachari. He had taken the form of a young Brahmana boy. And seeing this form, then Mother Aditi and Kashyapa, they offered their obeisances, and they could understand something of the Lord's plan. So Lord Vamana Dev then proceeded to go to the place where Bali Maharaj was performing sacrifice. Bali Maharaj, under the directions of his Guru, he was performing sacrifices regularly there. And part of the sacrifice was to give charity to the Brahmanas. Giving charity to Brahmanas is very auspicious for a person. And it's common knowledge from the Buddhas that the best charity is to give to Brahmanas. To give charity is a pious activity, but there is quality in giving charity. Charity can be done in the mode of ignorance. Just like if you give charity to a drug addict, then he would take the money and buy more drugs. So if you give charity to that kind of person, that is charity in the mode of ignorance. Charity in the mode of passion is done to get something in return. Sometimes you think, if I give charity, how much will I get back? Right? You should get something in return. In India, there's a common saying, "Ek paisa dega, 10 lakh milega." Right? You give 1 paisa, but you get back 10 lakhs. So that kind of charity, that is more in the mode of passion. People give in the mode of passion, they want to get recognition for their charity. But the highest charity is to give in the mode of goodness. And that is done without people knowing, and it should be done in a holy place, and you should give it to a qualified person who will make good use of the charity. So that's why people would give charity to a Brahmana, because a Brahmana is expected that he will not do anything sinful. He will use whatever charity he is given, he will use it for the service of God. And if you give charity to a Brahmana who is educated, it's even better. And if you can give it to the pure devotee, that is the highest charity, and it will come back an unlimited amount. So Bali Maharaj was giving charity to the Brahmanas. We see also in Krishna Lila, Jarasandha, although he was also friend of Kamsa and he was a demon, he gave charity to Brahmanas. And in order to remove Jarasandha, Lord Krishna came there along with Bhim and Arjuna to request charity from Jarasandha. Jarasandha could not recognize them because they came disguised as Brahmanas. They were disguised as Brahmanas wearing the simple cloth of a Brahmana, but at the same time he could understand that there's something suspicious about these Brahmanas. Because usually Brahmanas are weak and skinny, not very strong. But here is Bhima, he is very powerful. And Arjuna, the great Kshatriyas. And not only that, but they speak with so much authority. Because one of the qualities of the Kshatriyas is they have Ishvara Bhava. They have the power to control others. They speak with full authority. So they came there to see Jarasandha dressed as Brahmanas. But Jarasandha could understand, I don't think they're real Brahmanas. But anyway, he thought, they've come as Brahmanas, I should give them charity. And so they asked, they said, yeah, we would like a fight. One of us would like to fight with you. So Jarasandha said, oh, he looked at Krishna and said, no, I'm not going to fight you. He said, you ran away from the battle last time I fought you. You're a coward. You're Ranchura. I'm not fighting you. And he looked at Arjuna, he said, you're not strong enough for me. You won't be a good battle for me. I want to fight someone who will give me a good battle. And he said to him, you will be good for me. I will fight you. And so Bhima and Jarasandha fought for many days. And then finally, of course, Krishna told Arjuna how he could defeat, he told Bhima rather, how he could defeat Jarasandha by ripping him down the middle. Because he was born in two halves. His name Jarasandha. He was joined by the witch Jara. So then Bhima understood, and so he managed to take hold of one of Jarasandha's legs, and with his foot he kept the other foot on the ground, and he ripped him right down the middle into two halves. So in this way Jarasandha was defeated, and then Maharaj Yudhisthira was then able to go on and perform the Rajasuya sacrifice. Anyway, Bali Maharaj wanted to give charity. Sukracharya had told him, give charity to the Brahmins. It will be very good for you. So this is why Lord Vamana has appeared in the form of a Brahmana. And he's come as a young boy. Because everyone loves young children, and we think, oh, he's very innocent, just a young boy. If he becomes older Brahmana, they wonder, oh, are you married? What kind of family have you got? How many children have you? They'll be more inquisitive. But a young boy comes and is very innocent. So Bali Maharaj was very attracted to see this young boy, so effulgent and coming forward, requesting charity. Of course, Sukracharya, the guru of Bali Maharaj, was present at the time, and Sukracharya was suspicious that this is something very unusual. Who is this Brahmana boy? We never saw him before. Where did he come from? And he is very unusual. He is so effulgent. So Sukracharya could understand this may be the personality of Godhead himself coming to take away everything from Bali Maharaj. Actually, Bali Maharaj was a devotee, but he was attached to material possessions, like most of us, right? You have some material possessions, you're attached to them. You're attached to your home, you're attached to your car, you're attached to your property. This attachment is an obstacle to our devotion to Krishna. So Krishna comes, the Lord comes as he came as Lord Vamana, and he's going to adjust the situation. Because Bali Maharaj had attachment and he'd taken the heavenly planets. He conquered the whole of heaven and he's occupying it with his demons. So Lord Vamana has come and he is going to take everything away from him. Prabhupada said one time, he said, God is like someone with 10 arms. We only have 2 arms. If God wants to give you with 10 arms, he can give you so much. Just like he gave to Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is conquering the whole universe. He become the universal controller. But the Lord can also take everything away. He can give with 10 arms, and if he wants to take, he can take away everything also. So it happened, Bali Maharaj had come into the arena of sacrifice. Lord Vamanadev brother is there, he's come to Bali Maharaj begging charity. And Bali Maharaj is very happy to give charity to him. But Sukracharya is very cautious. Sukracharya, remember, he is a Shukra. Prabhupada explained the word Shukra means semen. So that Sukracharya, he was an acharya based on his birth. He was not actually a spiritual acharya, but based on his own birth, he had taken birth in the family of acharyas, but they were acharyas only in the material arts, material knowledge, and they were concerned in giving material benefit for their students and their disciples. So Shukracharya was very worried that if this Brahmana boy is Vishnu, then he can take everything away. So Shukracharya thought, if he takes everything away, how will I maintain myself? Because Bali Maharaj is maintaining me. He's looking after me and all of my family and all of my other followers. They're all being maintained by Bali Maharaj. But if he loses everything, then how will we all survive? So thinking like this, Sukracharya told Bali Maharaj, don't give this person. But the Bali Maharaj thought, well, I've already promised him. I've given a promise. You know, giving our word, a promise, is very important. Just like today, devotees are accepting initiation. So giving promise, we make a vow to follow certain conditions, certain rules, principles. Very important. that we strictly follow them, that we keep our promise. So Bali Maharaj was also concerned that, I promised him, I told him I would give what he wanted. I offered him charity. But Shukra Acharya said, no, it's all right. In certain conditions, you can break your promise. Sometimes, in order to protect the life of someone, you can lie. In order to save someone from danger, you can break your promise. You can tell something which is not true. And Shukracharya gave different evidences to support this. And he was telling Bali Maharaj that it's very risky. If you will give him charity, then he can take everything from you. So Bali Maharaj was confused what to do. That previously he told me to give charity to the Brahmanas, and now he's telling me not to give. What should I do? If I give, and if he takes everything away, then I'll lose everything. But he thought, if he does take everything away, if I give it to him, it's better I give it to him than he takes it. Because if I give it to him, then I get the fame, I get the credit that I was very charitable, that I gave to him. And if he is the Supreme Lord, then he can take it from me anyway. And if he takes it from me without me wanting to give it to him, then I won't get any credit. I'll just lose everything. So he thought, it's better I will give to him, because then I will get the credit. You could say, well, that's the mode of passion, right? You want to get the credit for giving something. But anyway, Bali Maharaj considered the situation, and he decided definitely it will be better if I give on my own without him taking it. The problem, however, of course, is the instruction of his own guru. So this is a very important example in the scriptures that sometimes you have to disobey the order of the guru. And you see how Bali Maharaj, although Shukracharya had saved him, brought him back from death, and he had faith in Shukracharya, that when the Lord came and Shukracharya is saying, don't give him, then at that time he gave up the relationship with Shukracharya. He thought, well, he's telling me not to give, but before he told me to give, so I think I should give. It's better for me to give and have some fame than to lose everything and have no fame. So Shukracharya warned his disciple Bali. He said, if you disobey my orders, you will go to hell. He will take everything from you, and you'll be put into the lower region of the universe. You'll be put into the hellish regions. Actually, the lower region of the universe is where the demons reside. They're meant to reside in the lower regions of the universe. But sometimes they become ambitious and they want to expand their power. as he come up to the heavenly planets and challenge the demigods and try to take over. So this is what happened. Bali Maharaj was in this situation, and Lord Vamana Dev is there requesting charity. Bali Maharaj was surprised when he asked him what charity he wanted. Lord Vamana Dev said, I simply want 3 steps of land. So Bali Maharaj said, well, I can give you much more. You're only a small boy. 3 steps of land will not be very much. He said, I can give you a whole kingdom. I can give you wealth like you cannot imagine. And I can give you many wives also. You can have all kinds of opulence. But Lord Vamana Dev told Bali Maharaj, no, I'll be happy. Just give me 3 steps of land. If a person is not happy with 3 steps of land, they will not be happy with 3 planets. Doesn't matter how much you give. You have to be satisfied. So in this way, Lord Vamana Dev convinced Bali Maharaj that he should just allow him to have 3 steps of land. Put the phone on. Okay. So Lord Vamana Dev even glorified the forefathers of Bali Maharaj. Lord Vamana Dev knew that Bali Maharaj is coming in the line of demons, and the demons were Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, and all the demons, they descend from those 2 brothers. So Lord Vamana Dev, to encourage Bali Maharaj to give charity, he said, you are coming from such a great family, such noble personalities as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Certainly they were great souls, and you're so fortunate to come in a line descending from this family. So you should be happy to give charity for the. In this way, Lord Vamana Dev was encouraging Bali Maharaj, and so Bali Maharaj then proceeded to give the charity. And then Lord Vamana Dev assumed a gigantic form. And with 1 step, he covered all the earth. And with his body and his hands, he covered everything in space. And he covered the whole universe with 2 steps. And after covering the universe in 2 steps, Lord Vamana Dev then took Bali Maharaj as a prisoner. And he tied him up with the ropes of Varuna. And he said to Bali Maharaj, you have cheated me. You promised me 3 steps. But where am I supposed to take the 3rd step? I've covered everything you possess. The whole universe is mine. Where am I supposed to take the 3rd step? So Bali Maharaj was vowed to truthfulness. It's a very important quality. Just like Lord Ramachandra's father, Maharaj Dasara, he was vowed to being truthful. And when Kaikeyi came, when one of his wives came and demanded that Lord Rama should go to the forest for 14 years, Then he could not break his promise because she knew that he had vowed to be truthful. And he had said, better I will die than tell a lie. That was the mood of the great kings in the past. And similarly, Maharaj Yudhisthira, he did not ever want to lie. And because he did not tell any lie, he was very powerful. And it said his chariot did not even touch the ground. It was above the earth. And when Maharaj Yudhisthira was requested by Lord Krishna to lie, then it was a problem. Lord Krishna wanted someone to say that Ashwatthama is dead because they could not defeat Drona in the Kurukshetra war. Dronacharya was fighting so brilliantly, no one could defeat him. So Lord Krishna told them, tell him that his son Ashwatthama is dead. But they thought, Maharaj Yudhisthira thought, no, I cannot tell a lie. But Krishna said, no, you tell him, because you're known to be truthful. And if you tell him, then he will believe. Krishna said, if I tell him, he won't believe me. Because I sometimes have to tell lies. Okay? I'm from Vrindavan, So Vrindavan people like that. So anyway, Maharaj Yudhisthira was reluctant to tell a lie. And because he hesitated, he lost his power. He didn't lose his power because he told the lie, but he lost his power because he hesitated to follow Lord Krishna's instruction. So Maharaj Yudhisthira told the lie, and then they were able to defeat Dronacharya. That's the Battle of Kurukshetra. Anyway, Bali Maharaj is worried also. He wants to keep his vow of being truthful. And he's being taken a prisoner. He's tied up in ropes like a common criminal. And before him, there are his family members, his wife, his children, his grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj has also come. And they see Bali Maharaj tied up like a prisoner in ropes, placed before Lord Vamana Dev. And what has he done? He has not kept his promise. But then, when the final effort came to keep his promise, Bali Maharaj then requested Lord Vamana Dev, you can take the third step on my head, because my body is not part of the universe. So you can take the first step on my head. And in this way, Bali Maharaj kept his vow of truthfulness. At the same time, however, it was arranged that because Shukracharya was not pleased with him, he had to go down to the lower region of the universe. He had to go back to Sutala Loka in the lower region of the universe. But that place, Sutala Loka, is more opulent than anything within the universe. It is supreme, the most opulent place, even more opulent than any of the heavenly planets. And that is where Bali Maharaj also resides there now. And Lord Vamana Dev said, don't worry, I'm also coming with you. And I will be there as your doorkeeper to protect you from any disturbance. If any intruders will come there, I will be there to stop them. And it is said even today, Lord Vamana Dev is residing there as the doorkeeper for Bali Maharaj. in the lower region of the universe. And it said in the 8th Manvantara, Bali Maharaj at that time will again become Indra, the king of heaven. So he will get back his opulence in the future. Anyway, Bali Maharaj is an important example in our scriptures because it shows us how he surrendered everything for the service of the Lord. Krishna sometimes will take away opulence from a devotee just to help them to surrender more. And Srila Prabhupada also quoted the verse in 10th canto. It is described, Harishe Taddanam Shanai. Lord Krishna said, when I am especially merciful to someone, then I take away all of their opulence. Then, in that helpless condition, then they surrender to me. So Bali Maharaj is our Acharya in the process of devotional service, which is known as Atmanivedana, or surrendering everything to the Lord. Bali Maharaj surrendered everything. He gave up even his own body to the Lord. And he had a lot to surrender. What do we have to surrender? We have some house, little house. We have some little opulence here in the material world. Bali Maharaj had the whole heavenly planets. Everything was his. And he gave up everything to the service of the Lord. And he gave it to Lord Vamana. He surrendered to him. So this Atmanivedanam, it is one of the most difficult forms of devotional service to perform. We are encouraged to concentrate on Shravanam and Kirtan, hearing and chanting. We need to make a foundation for our devotion by regularly hearing and chanting. And then we can go on and maybe gradually come on to other kinds of devotional service, like taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, worshipping the Lord, offering prayers to the Lord, even becoming a friend of the Lord, remembering the Lord. But becoming a friend, that is also more challenging. One has to be a very advanced devotee to actually develop friendly relationship with the Lord. And surrendering everything is probably the most difficult of all the 9 processes of bhakti. But Bali Maharaj did it. Of course, he was very fortunate. Although he was born in a demon family, he had a grandfather who was a great devotee. And that grandfather was, of course, Prahlad Maharaj. And by association with his great-grandfather, Bali Maharaj, had developed also some devotion. At the same time, he was a demon. He had taken birth in the demon family. So he had led the demon army and he had conquered the demigods. But Lord came again and took everything away and sent them back down into their place in the lower region of the universe. So this wonderful appearance of Lord Vamana took place today. On the midday it said Lord Vamana appeared. So today we are remembering this wonderful appearance of Lord Vamana. He is one of the important avatars of the Lord. How he comes and with by taking steps, he's able to cover the universe. It's also said that when he extended his foot, that one of the toes pierced the covering of the universe. The universe is like a shell, and we're inside the shell. And when the Lord extended his foot to cover the universe, his foot pierced the covering. And from that covering, it allowed the water of the causal ocean to enter in through the hole in the covering. When the water from the hole in the covering entered, it came into the universe, and it flew down the universe, and it became the water of the Ganges. We have the water of the holy Ganges, which is said to be that water which comes from the hole in the covering of the universe. It is the water of the causal ocean. And that water is especially powerful because it washed the lotus feet of Lord Vamana. So when we drink Ganges water, we are drinking the Abhishek water of Lord Vamana. It has washed his lotus feet. So this pastime of Lord Vamana's appearance is very instructive for us. We see how Bali Maharaj could reject the order of his seminal guru, even though he had great faith and he was indebted to his guru for his very life. He still gave up the order of his guru in order to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we have to understand that there are such persons, sometimes representing themselves as acharyas or spiritual teachers, but their purpose is not spiritual. Their purpose is material, to help you prosper materially. So when we are given the opportunity to do service for the Supreme Lord, for the personality of Godhead, then we should put aside the material obligations, material duties, and give everything for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. That is for our great benefit. And this is the example we learn from Bali Maharaj. So, Prahlad Maharaj appreciated so much the mercy of Lord Vamanadev that Lord Vamanadev came in his form as a Brahmana boy to teach a lesson to his grandson, Bali Maharaj. He taught him the lesson: don't be attached to material possessions. Don't let them obstruct your devotion to the Supreme Lord. That is the important thing. The goal of life is to surrender to the Supreme Lord. And if the Lord comes and there's an opportunity to surrender to Him, you should take it. It's certainly a great blessing. So Bali Maharaj praised Lord Vamanadev and his kindness in coming and purifying Bali Maharaj and taking away his material attachment. Okay, so is there any questions, anybody? Okay, so I think we can finish here, Kripasindhu Prabhu. Yes.
Bali Maharaj was another spiritual master after that.
Well, you could say Prahlad Maharaj is like his spiritual master. as his grandfather. We don't actually hear anything about him taking another spiritual master, but you could see that he'd been benefited by association with his grandfather, and so he had that devotion to devotional service. But because he was in the demon family, he had a lot of attachments to material things. So Lord Vamana is personally taking away his attachment. So you can see, the Lord has come as his guru, also as Vamana. He's taking away that attachment. The Lord Vamana, while he's the Supreme Lord, he's also coming as a Brahmana, as a teacher, as a guru for Bali Maharaj, to teach him. So Bali Maharaj was so fortunate. Of course, some people will say he was very unfortunate, he lost all of his wealth. Some people, when they lose their wealth, it's unbearable for them. There was one big businessman in Hong Kong. He had a big business. He was making toys, and he was exporting toys to America. So it happened that at one point, one of his very big shipments, which had been sent to America, they used a paint which had a deadly chemical in it. So when the toys got to America and the customs examined, they saw that these toys are all painted with this paint which has got some deadly chemical. It's very dangerous. So they said the whole shipment has to be rejected. And so it was a huge amount of money for the man. And the man, when he heard that his shipment was all destroyed, he could not bear it. He committed suicide. He thought, there's no purpose to live anymore. I've lost all my money. So sometimes people like that, when they lose their opulence, it's unbearable for them. But here you see Bali Maharaj. He had lost everything. He'd lost all of his wealth, but he did not lose his truthfulness. He kept his honesty, and he was able to think how to give the third step to Lord Vamana. So in this way, Bali Maharaj has got great fame. He's got great fame. He's there in the Shastras for his honesty, for his integrity, for his devotion and his complete surrender. So that is worth more than any kind of wealth or opulence of the material world. To be known for his honesty and his good character. Okay? Alright, so we will stop here today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki.